Over the past year, you may have a few friends or even yourself who decided to drop out of school to run a business because, well, you don't see much return on investment from your education. Ultimately, highly successful people like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, or Elon Musk are all college dropouts at some point. Furthermore, during the COVID 19 pandemic, some university students would rather make their mark in the workforce than attend virtual classes. While many people talk about how great it is to start a business, very few are honest about how difficult it is to run one. What if we could learn about those difficulties and challenges of entrepreneurship to prepare ourselves before committing countless hours of unpaid work into our businesses? In the book, The Hard Things About Hard Things, Building a Business When There Are No Easy Answers, Ben Horowitz, one of the most respected entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley, offers essential advice on starting and building a business, where you will face with a lot of top problems that no business school has ever covered, which is also the subject of today's Book Club for Entrepreneurs series, where we will discuss and distill some of the life-changing ideas about running a business. Ben Horowitz analyzed the problems that confront leaders every day, sharing the insights he gained developing, managing, selling, buying, investing in, and supervising technology companies. The first interesting lesson that I learned from the book is hiring people for their strengths instead of the lack of their weaknesses. This is an interesting observation. I have attended over 10 interviews over the course of my career, and it seemed to me that the current hiring practices seem to focus much more on hiring the most well-rounded person for the job than to hire the most qualified candidate. I have a friend who is an expert in writing automated test cases as a quality assurance analyst, but failed at one theory question asking about the principles of object-oriented programming. So he didn't get the offer, which is sad. As an entrepreneur and as your business grows, trying to hire a person who is amazing at their main job responsibilities is much better than hiring a person who has no weaknesses. For example, would you hire a dental hygienist who is amazing at cleaning people's teeth, yet a bit low-tech? Well, I know I would, since I know the job of a dental hygienist is to fix a person's teeth, not their computer. Secondly, transparency is the key to building a healthy work environment. Have you ever worked in a place where there are a lot of gossip? If so, it may be due to the cover-up policy in that company. When there is a crisis or something goes really wrong in the business, problem usually kept within the executive team so they can solve the problem quietly without letting anybody that working in the non-executive position to know about the problem and to be a part of the solution. Now, that is not a great idea according to Ben because of two reasons. Firstly, information about crisis always leaks through anyway, so your employees will know about it eventually, and when that happens, it actually impacts them emotionally because they think you don't trust them enough. And we all know trust is the key to building any healthy and long-lasting relationship. Secondly, by trying to keep the problem for yourself and solving it quietly, you are not allocating the right resources to solve your problem so that all your employees could be a part of the solution. We all know about the power of collaboration and diversity. Thirdly, a successful organization needs both Strategic and practical leader. You can think about strategic leaders as someone who is highly creative, while practical leaders would be someone who is process driven and like to get things done. The final lesson that I learned from the book is that life is a struggle. And the most important lesson that Ben learned from his entire entrepreneurship is to embrace the struggle, because outside of your comfort zone is where the magic happens. Now, go get some magic. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.